Namaste everyone, welcome back. Today I want to talk about why I'm a vegetarian. Or a lot of people like me who grew up in India and around Indian culture, why they are vegetarians. It's going to be very interesting, so I would recommend to watch till the end. You might find out something new here, and I'm gonna share my personal experience, and that's going to be something unusual. And we are going to talk about the reasons that are not so much talked about. If you are into yoga, if you are trying to be spiritually more conscious, you might really like this. So please watch the whole thing. Before I get started, I want to let you all know that intention of this video is it's to encourage or motivate or inspire anybody who is probably already on the plant-based vegetarian path, or who is wanting to reduce the animal intake in their life and they are looking for more reasons to follow it. This is for them. This is not at all to look down upon anybody or to try to change anybody. This is purely with a very, very positive purpose. I hope you all really enjoy this. So let's get started. Number one reason that I'm a vegetarian, and most obvious reason, is I grew up in India. Where I grew up, my family, my friends, my neighbors, all the cities, I went to different schools and different colleges, and all the cities I lived in hostels I lived in, everywhere people around me were vegetarians. There were no concept of eating other than vegetarian food where I grew up. That's one of the biggest reasons. That's the background that I grew up in. And I feel very, very good about that. Now, why such background? So we are going to talk about this in the next reasons. So the next reason is cruelty-free lifestyle, or you can call it ahimsa. You might be familiar with this word called ahimsa. If you have ever been to any yoga class or you have done yoga teachers training, then you would know this word. It's a Sanskrit word, and its meaning in English, literal kind of meaning, is non-violence. Ahimsa is much more than just physical non-violence. It can be like not causing any pain to other people or hurting someone in physical, emotional, or even mental level. So it's not just about physical non-violence. However, when we are eating these foods or when we eat any meat-based product, we know that where it comes from. It comes from some animal who was alive and then was killed to be our food. And that is hinsa, or that is violence. It's a physical, literal violence. So that does not fall under ahimsa. So that's why you will see a lot of yogis, a lot of people who are on spiritual path, not only in India, but in also Western world, who are understanding the meaning of ahimsa, is trying to be vegetarian or vegan. In yogic science, there are 8 limbs of yoga. It's not just asana. It's not just about physical form of yoga. There are, according to sage Patanjali, Ashtanga Yoga Sutra, he gave 8 limbs of yoga. And the number one, the foundation of yogic lifestyle is yama. Yama means the ethics, the morals that you have to live with other people within the society. And number one yama is ahimsa. Basically, when we are living in harmony with others, the number one thing we need to follow is not hurt someone or some animal, especially not for food. It's different if you are protecting or defending yourself. That's a different thing. However, knowingly hurting animal to make your food is a big no-no according to Patanjali Yoga Sutra. And that is the reason many yoga teachers in Western world as well are being vegetarian or trying to be vegetarian or trying to be more conscious about their food choices. So number three, this is very popular. Everybody knows this. So I'm not gonna go much deeper in this, but health. So according to Ayurveda, which is the ancient Indian medical science, it is very good to eat vegetarian based diet, and they suggest for any body type, it is all the time you should avoid meat based foods for your health. And now, even Western or modern medical science is also saying the similar thing, that plant based diet or more vegetarian diet or less in the meat product is much better for overall health. And that is very highly recommended. There has been a lot of research, and we can easily do the PubMed search and find tons of material you can read about the protein meat, the B12 meat, the iron meat has been busted with these studies many times, and that's wonderful. So for health reasons, when you are a vegetarian or on plant-based diet, you don't have to worry too much about chronic illnesses. So that's really great reason to become a vegetarian or vegan. And I see a lot of people comes from this category who tries to become vegetarian. Next one, number four, is it's good for the planet. Yes, it is so much better for the planet to be plant-based or vegetarian. It takes way more amount of resources, for example water and land and other resources, to grow same amount of meat versus the grains or vegetables or fruits. It takes way more land and way more water resources. They are saying that if people cut down on meat significantly, the greenhouse emission can reduce dramatically. Got to make you feel very nice, because we all want to take care of this planet for our future generation. And knowing that making this simple food choice or even reducing the meat intake, we are doing a great service to this planet. It's a very nice feeling. Number five, and this is going to be a little bit long, so please bear with me, but this is my most favorite reason. And if you are into yogic or Indian culture or Indian scriptures or Hindu scriptures, you would find this very interesting. And you probably already know this, but please stick with me, because I'm going to share a very nice experience, and I think you would really find it very interesting. The plant-based diet, it enhances the sattva guna, makes us more sattvic. What does that mean? So there are three gunas in us, which is kind of like we can call it kind of nature or qualities. Three categories are there of this quality. The more dominant the guna is, we are more inclined towards that kind of behavior. There are three gunas. Number one, sattva. Sattva means very positive, peaceful, calm, nice, full of compassion, full of good energy, lightness in the body, all of these things that we want to have in us to make spiritual progress. And the yoga is all about making the spiritual progress. That's why it's very much emphasized on enhancing the sattva guna in human beings. Number two is rajas. So rajas, or you can also call it rajasic, is more like anger, very passionate, very energetic, but kind of nervous kind of energy. So it's good to be like kind of be go-getter, but you cannot be like that, because you can be stressful all the time. So it's that kind of energy, but in too much proportion. So it's not completely bad to have rajasic qualities. However, you should have it in the limit, but it's not great for the spiritual gains. Number three is Tamasik. Tamasik is like dark, negative, heavy, lazy, jealous, very bad kind of quality, guna. And we definitely don't want it. We should still have it in limit. Need to sleep at night, so we need to feel heavy or lazy at that time. It should not be dominating. If it dominates your life, it's just not going to help us grow in any area of the life, right? So these three are the gunas. Now, what is the relation between these gunas and being vegetarian? According to Ayurveda and yoga, this Indian scriptures, it is said that the food that we eat can enhance these gunas. When we consume sattvic food, it enhances sattva in us, makes us more inclined, more compassionate, more nice, more loving, more caring, and overall the human being that we should be to grow spiritually. So what are these kind of foods? The vegetarian plant-based diet, which is not overcooked or over-fried or over-spiced. It's just not too pungent. These are the sattvic food kind of qualities. So day-to-day Indian food is very much like a sattvic food, you can say. Then rajasic food comes, which is very heavily spicy, heavily oiled, overly sweet, overly sour, still vegetarian. So that is called rajasic food. So sometimes, in the restaurant kind of foods that we have, sometimes overly salty and sour and all that, we love, our taste buds love that. However, it's not so, we don't feel so good afterwards in our body. So it enhances the rajasic qualities in us. Now, the third one, tamasic, is the alcohol and meat and onion and garlic. I know that's a big surprise for a lot of you guys, right? Because onion and garlic is vegetarian food. How come it can be tamasic? So I will share my personal experience. It's kind of very interesting. And that will make sense once I share that. These foods, these tamasic foods, literally makes you lazy, lethargic, negative, dark, all these things that we don't want these qualities dominate our life. That's why you should try to avoid these tamasic foods as much as you can. So what about onion and garlic? So I will share my experience now. So what happened 6 to 7, 8 years ago, I suddenly thought that I don't want to eat onion and garlic for lunch anymore, because I was noticing that whenever I had those things for lunch, my entire rest of the day's productivity will just decline so badly. And I would not be able to do a lot of things. I would feel extremely lazy and lethargic. At that time, I knew about the concept of these gunas. I knew about onion being tamasic, but I just could not connect the dots at that time. And I never thought of it in that way. I just thought that somehow my body is saying no to onion and garlic, and I want to respect that. I still love the taste, so I would eat them. If I really feel like eating them, I would eat them at the night time when I don't have to do a lot of work afterwards. But in daytime, I decided that I'm not going to eat these things. And it literally helped me so much to feel more energetic and more positive. But I had no clue that my body was telling me to be more sattvic. And that just blows my mind, because our body, that just amazes me. That our body is so beautifully designed, so intellectually sound, that it gives you signal that what is good for you and what is not. It's up to us to pick it up and understand that. That's why in yoga we say all the time that listen to your body. And now I see the real meaning of it, that listening to your body means this. My body told me that no onion and garlic in the afternoon, Bela. And I listened, and it helped me so much to feel more active and lightweight, and feel much nicer from within. When I was studying my yoga teachers training program, this sattvic and these gunas, at that time it just clicked. Oh my God, this is why I'm not eating onion and garlic anymore in the daytime, because it was making me feel lethargic. It was making me tamasic, and my body did not want to be tamasic. So that just made me feel so happy. If you want to try this out, let's do a little experiment. You can do this one, that if you never eat onion and garlic and all this tamasik stuff, don't even start it. But if you are already eating all these things, try not having them during lunchtime for a few days, and try having them during lunchtime for a few days and see what happens. Try to make mental note of it, how your body reacts. Do you feel more lazy after eating these things? Do you get easily angry? Do you feel negative very easily when you eat this kind of stuff? Try to gauge that and see. And it would be nice. It would be fun to do this little experiment. And let me know in the comment, how does that feel? This were the 5 reasons why I am a vegetarian and why a lot of people from India are vegetarians. And a lot of people who are into yoga are also vegetarians. I hope you found something new in here. I hope it was useful. I hope it energized you or it made you happy about your decisions. Let me know in the comment. Are you a vegetarian or vegan or trying to be one? Or are you just trying to reduce some animal food intake? What is your situation and why? What is your reason? Has your doctor told you, or is it yoga related reason? Is it just like that? Is it ahimsa? Out of these 5 reasons, which is your favorite reason for you to choose this path? And which one out of these 5 you did not know much about? Let me know in the comment. I'm so looking forward to read all your comments. I hope this was useful, and thank you so much for watching. If you enjoy yoga, meditation, dance workouts, easy healthy recipes, and some easy practical weight loss tips, then please subscribe to my channel. See you next time. Namaste.